11 Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the Simulation Football League.
Seattle, Washington, the scene for tonight's Simulation Football League Week 13 action. The city lays home to 744,000 residents, all of which are excited for the Tyrants to be playing in the SFL playoffs come next week. But first, the Atlanta Swarm are in town to take on the Tyrants 1-1, the head-to-head between these two teams. Atlanta coming in with the best total offense, taking on the second best defense in the SFL. Swinging it over to a guy who knows quite a bit about defense, Eddie Gage is joining me in the booth. Eddie, how you doing tonight?
What up, though? I'm excited about this matchup. Looking to see both of these teams have pretty good offenses. Looking on the opposite side of the ball here. Like you said earlier, defense may win this game.
It is either going to be a very high-scoring game or one that the defenses keep incredibly low-scoring. Either way, I have a feeling we are going to be in for quite the game between these two playoff teams to try and work on a little bit of seeding. Seattle comes in as the favorite at home wearing their gray uniforms, but don't underestimate the Atlanta Swarm, who are on the road and have had quite a hot streak going this season. Eddie, we talked about two great quarterbacks for these two teams, and Marcus Dunhill is playing as good as any.
Absolutely. Both of these teams' quarterbacks are completing their passes at a high percentage. It's just a matter of which team will last in this game.
Jacques Luyendula for Seattle had 87.5% completion percentage last week. Marcus Dunhill was up at 79%. Going to be a tall task for these secondaries, and it's going to be a tall task for Atlanta's, who will start on defense as they are going to kick to Seattle, and the 7-4 Swarm kick it away to the 9-2 Seattle Tyrants. And we are underway here in Washington. Return will come out to the 33, and that will bring out the Seattle offensive unit. Jacques Luyendula leads them, but Zach Sandlin is the workhorse back.
Zach Sandlin, as a teammate of mine calls him, Jesus.
That is quite the nickname there. I haven't heard that one before. I'd usually call him the Sandman, but either way, number 32 will be the focal point here for Atlanta as they try and slow down this offensive unit. First play goes to Sandlin up the gut, and Jesus gets 3.
If the Sandman would have stuck to the A gap, he could have ran for 5 there, but
First play for 3 yards will bring up 2nd and 7. For those of you who might be tuning into 11 Sports and wondering what the heck you just stumbled upon, this is the Simulation Football League, the opportunity for anyone to become a professional player. You can see yourself on the field in one of our 21 SFL franchises. 2 of them are on the field tonight, Atlanta and Seattle. Seattle wearing gray will now throw. Sandlin a catch out of the backfield. He is able to pick up a couple more. It'll bring up 3rd and 4 as Atlanta, wearing white with their blue helmets, brings him down.
Yeah, perhaps the clock on in his head went off because he started getting a little bit unsteady. He didn't need to. His O-line gave him a great job providing him protection.
Haven't heard anything from the Seattle receivers. Mason Kirby Jr., Sr. the third, Nick Castle, and then Tristan Carr, a good tight end, also on this team, which is playoff bound. Low snap, Luyendula moves in the pocket, going to sling one, tipped up, nearly taken away. Oh, Roscoe Justice had 2 hands on it, almost had a second chance, but could not quite come down with the pick, Eddie.
He had 2 hands on it twice. That should have been a pick 6 the other way, and giving his team a strong start there. The ball away. Golden opportunity missed out right there.
Instead, it'll be 4th and 4. Seattle will get the chance to flip the field and force Atlanta back towards their own end zone a little bit, which is good for the Tyrants because I'm sure that interception would have given Atlanta really good field position had it not given them even more than that. Kick is away. Return here will come out to the 28. Ball returned by Severus Sativa, and we will bring out Marcus Dunhill in this Atlanta Swarm offense.
You know, looking at their offense throughout this season, Hollywood, he's done a great job all year, averaging over 5 yards a carry. I just wish they would give him the ball more to take this pressure off of Marcus Dunhill.
They had 476 yards of total offense last week against the Oklahoma City Renegades. This week they are on field against Seattle, and they have a first down throw right on first down. Boo Chisholm with the first reception of their drive, and it is good for 10.
Boo Chisholm seemed to have stalled a bit early in the season, but these past couple of games, he's been red hot.
Met him down at the SFL convention. Good guy, great group of guys with Atlanta, and we like seeing them succeed and like watching them potentially cement themselves. They will play a wild card game in these playoffs. Flip out to Hollywood. BDG Hollywood will pick up 6 on a little bit of a screen, and Eddie, for a wild card team, they are dangerous.
They are dangerous. They have a lot of weapons on offense. They have a great guy in Swole by the nickname he goes on the defensive line. They have a lot of potential weapons out here. One particular individual.
On the offense, they got Sativa, Falco, and Boo Chisholm, and Jamal Wooding, a tight end, to complement Hollywood and Marcus Dunhill. Another flip out to BDG. He has a first down across midfield to the 49. Nice play out of the backfield.
Sage Falco was slow getting over there a bit. If he just provides a little bit more hustle, BDG has a one-on-one opportunity to make a man miss and potentially score.
This Seattle defense boasts 2 defensive linemen, Denzel Maverick and Jukin Rukin, along with Angel Salinas, E.K. Vincent, and Lyric Jenkins, the linebackers. Iverson Gamble, Mario Martino are the corners. Pete Mitchell, Mahmoud Ajlani, and Kane Vasquez round out that Tyrants secondary. Long snap throw is complete to Chisholm on this outside line, and he will pick up 8. Nice first down throw, and they have been getting a large chunk on first down the whole time this drive, Eddie.
Absolutely. Kane Vasquez, I'm wondering if his mom is a big MMA fan. There's a heavyweight champion out there, or a former heavyweight champion, who has that same name. Perhaps he's a fan.
You never know, and with the tackling styles, could be a fan of all types of sports, and we love watching the different sports that 11 Sports offers on their channels, including our wonderful Simulation Football League, which is, of course, presented by APM Music. Handoff up the middle for BDG Hollywood, who is able to pick up the first down and another 2 yards after that. Finally going to be wrapped up there by Mahmoud Ajlani, who came out of retirement this year to play for this Seattle Tyrants team.
If Seattle continues with this soft box, with this 3-3 look, it could be a long day for their defense if they continue to feed BDG Hollywood.
And for the Tyrants defense, for Mahmoud Ajlani in particular, along with E.K. Vincent, both of them have played for this Atlanta team before, so facing a familiar foe. Penalty flag is down. Hollywood able to pick up 7 or 8, but we'll have to check what Stripes has to say.
Going to be encroachment offsides on the defense.
Number 60, defense, non-yard penalty.
And they are going to accept that? I thought they would have declined it, but we'll see where the ref spots it. Jukin Rukin, the offender who jumped off sides, excuse me. Rukin, a really good defensive lineman, but you can't get caught.
Yeah, he's trying to anticipate the snap count and just got caught there, jumping a bit too early.
Marcus Dunhill able to draw him off sides. Now a very heavy formation for the Atlanta Swarm. 3-3 look out of the Tyrants. They're going to flip it out to Hollywood with room. BDG Hollywood, he is quick, and he has the first down inside the red zone.
Getting back to what I was just talking about, this time they come out with a heavy front. Atlanta, Marcus Dunhill, realizes that, just gets the ball out to him out in front. He's got 2 blocks in front of him. First down, Atlanta.
Well, and Eddie, that formation is actually really good for screens and stuff like that, because it draws the one of the bigger defensive formations out of them, as they expect you to run up the gut, and then when you flip it out to a back like Hollywood, you get some room.
And less athletic people to get out there to help make that tackle.
Well, I wasn't going to go that far, but hey, you said it, not me. 3 receivers split out for Dunhill. 7-step drop. Will throw to this near side. Caught! First down. Boo Chisholm again.
How he made that catch, I have no idea. However, I give Marcus Dunhill credit. He threw that ball toward the sideline, giving that defender less of an opportunity to make a break on the ball.
Chisholm had 5 catches for 122 yards and a touchdown last week against Oklahoma City. This week, I think he's got 5 catches on this opening drive. I've been calling his name so much, Eddie.
Yeah, it's at least 3.
They will set up here. First and goal from the 4. Flipping it out. Hollywood across and into the end zone. BDG Hollywood hits pay dirt, and Atlanta starts out with a touchdown drive to take the lead.
It's the second time that Seattle's come out in that front. Second time Marcus Dunhill read it. The moment that ball was hiked, that was a touchdown. Atlanta has come in his building, got their defense in a 3 and out, and then marched down and scored themselves. Make a statement tonight.
And they will get the ball out of the halftime break, which, as we know, for Simulation Football League teams is very important. Depending on what could happen at the end of that half, could always double up your score depending on who has the last possession in that second quarter. Extra point is on the way and good. Atlanta leads 7-0 here on the road. It's the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. We'll be right back on 11 Sports. Back here in Seattle, Washington, the 9-2 Seattle Tyrants find themselves a little bit on their heels, Eddie. They started with the opening possession, went 3 and out. Atlanta drove down the field on them, and with 6 minutes to go here in the first, they're going to have to try and get that offense rolling again. Return here will come out to the 27-yard line. Jacques Luyendula will lead the offense back out.
Rarely in this league do you see 5 guys rallying on a kickoff return to make the tackle.
Well,
there had to be a number of it's their assignment.
Let's take a look at the top 6, Eddie. Denver, Baltimore, and Seattle are the top 3. Mexico City, Atlanta, and Alaska. All 6 have clinched a home game. Atlanta in that 7 and 8 conversation. The question is, are they a 7 or an 8 in the playoffs? But for Seattle, lots of opportunity tonight as they have a nice 5-yard pickup there to the outside. They do have the opportunity to potentially hop up in their seeding. And there we see Atlanta at 8 in a race with Chicago to decide whether they'll play the 9th or the 10th seed. Obviously, 7 will play 10 in the playoffs. 8 will play 9. So could be a big difference between the 9 and the 10 seed and who you want to face come playoff time, Eddie.
With everyone bunched up in a single conference for the last week. 2 seasons in a row now.
2nd and 5. This one a flip across the middle, a first down catch to the 42, and it looks like the Tyrants have talked it over on the sidelines, and they are looking to make some changes here.
Yeah, but the quarterback didn't do his receiver any favors. That ball was high, and he got a rib shot because of it.
4 receivers split out in a spread look. Atlanta look like they're going to play some man or some bump. They'll flip it out to Sandlin on the outside. Sandlin still in bounds somehow. Finally steps out at midfield. It'll be 2nd and 3.
I actually thought he got out of bounds earlier, right around the line of the game.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. They ended up calling him in, which is intriguing.
Home cooking.
2nd and 3 from the mid. Actually, they look more like they're at the 45.5-yard line than they are at midfield. 4:42 to go here in this first frame of play. Handoff to Zach Sandlin. Sandlin threw 1 tackle easily, and he has a first down to the 43. It was Roscoe Justice who couldn't bring him down, and Zach Sandlin is out to the 43.
If Atlanta wants to slow down this running game, then one man to do it. Sandlin needs to be game tackle on each and every opportunity. You can't rely on your teammate to make the play.
Zach Sandlin, the former SFL MVP, a very solid running back for the Seattle Tyrants, and they are going to try and get him going early and often, but he puts the ball on the ground there. Luckily, Seattle, I thought, came up with it, and they do. Oh, my, that could have been a big change of possession, Eddie.
That ball sat on the ground what seemed like forever for the Seattle head coach. For a moment there, I thought an offensive lineman picked it up. He didn't, and it turned out to be a teammate of his who got the ball a moment later. But yeah, that ball was on a moment for a minute there.
Nice play by this Atlanta Swarm defense. We will read through those names here momentarily, but not before this 2nd and 7 play. Hand off to Sandlin. Sandlin stuffed, and now's as good a time as any. Joshua Williams and Tim Cleland, along with Lawrence Sackham, is on the defensive line for Atlanta. Dylan Rowland, Roscoe Justice, and Aquantis Shine are the linebackers. Jack Napier, Blake Hamrick are the cornerbacks. Aaron Lee, Blake Chance, and Mitchell O'Brien are the safeties. They brought down the 2nd best rusher in the league, as you see there, just on that last play. Now facing a 3rd and 7, they're able to drop a dime in the bucket. Beautiful throw from Luyendula, and it is good for a first down to the 15-yard line. Incredible catch made, and it's a first down from Frisha Vakadu.
I don't care if you're a cornerback and your name is Everett Garrison. No one can defend a receiver longer than 3 seconds. His offensive line gave him all day to make that read.
4 wide here for Seattle from the 15, their first red zone opportunity today, looking to try and match that Atlanta 7. Sandlin puts one man down and has an 8-yard carry. Heavy running. He's finally brought down by Blake Chance.
Sandlin hit the turbo button and then the shoulder charge button and ran over a defender and almost ran over a second one. It's almost like stealing money. Giving him the football.
2nd and 2. 2 corners on the outside looking to play some bump. Luyendula to throw. Will swing it out to Sandlin. Sandlin with room. Can he get the edge? Sandlin! Oh! Trucks a man and makes him forget what just happened. Dylan Rowland was no match and was a speed bump as Zach Sandlin sped into the end zone.
Atlanta came out and man defense. The defender was slow getting over. He was unable to get his shoulder square, which is a total mismatch against a guy like Sandlin. As you said, last year's MVP in this league. Touchdown Seattle. We got a tie ball game. Extra point pending.
These two offenses going back and forth. Atlanta came down the field on their drive and were able to put 7 on the board. Seattle came down, answered with their own 7, and the Swarm will have an opportunity for their offense to try and answer that call. Kick on the way. It is good. It is 7-all here in Seattle, Washington. A good game awaits you after a short break. It's the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. Andy Hamilton along with Eddie Gage coming to you live from Seattle, Washington. Let's go through the SFL chat. Ashley Jackson along with Zach Sandlin, D-Rec 900, A. John Perez, Nick Castle, Xander Gold, Philum 5, Tim C 55. Lots of new names and familiar names in that chat going crazy over the touchdown for the Seattle Tyrants. If you want to get involved with the conversation and maybe potentially have your name called out live on TV, you can head over to twitch.tv/11sportsnext. That's twitch.tv/11sportsnext. You can do it on mobile or desktop. New drive here for the Atlanta Swarm. Marcus Dunhill leads his team out. Had a great opening drive for a touchdown. Used a lot of Boo Chisholm and BDG Hollywood. But Hollywood stuffed on this first play from scrimmage on the second drive. Nice job there. Jukin Rukin was there in a hurry.
Jukin Rukin is a big man. He kept his outside shoulder free, and that play never had a chance.
Andrew Rostelli in the chat giving us some good information. Zach Sandlin's fumble on the last drive was his 4th of the season, leads the league in them. BDG Hollywood will get this flip out. Another dynamic back with some room, and Hollywood, oh, stop and go! 2 spins! Oh, unbelievable! That is the best touchdown I have ever seen! Oh, Eddie, have you ever seen a back make a move like that on the sideline?
You know what? I give him jokes all the time about him being a young pup in training, but I've seen this before from BDG Hollywood. He has a knack for making people miss on that sideline. He does it week in and week out. But however, I've never seen it quite to this extent. He's made 3-man wrist right there. That makes a 4th, and a 5th can't catch him. Touchdown Atlanta. And just like that, Seattle thought they tied the ball game up right back in it, and now they're down 7 once again. Extra point pending.
Get those defenders some aloe vera. I've never seen any pair of defenders get burnt quite like that before in my entire life. And BDG Hollywood has just resurfaced the face of this game. He had just a little bit of room, made the most out of it. And I tell you what, Eddie, if I have ever seen a man become a dog in one play, that might have been it.
I hate to give him so much credit because I joke with him all the time about it, but yes, he is an up-and-coming dog.
Oh, for any of you who want to become an incredible player in this league, you can do so very easily. You can do it from your couch. All you have to do is head over to simulationfl.net. You can join our Discord server, which is just a chat room where you can talk to us, hang out, and talk football. And from there, you can be a part of our rookie draft, which will take place live from the 11 Sports Studios on Saturday, December 14th. Excuse me. It's going to be one heck of a show, and we're really excited to get all of you into the league as rookies.
Kareem Big Mac is in the chat, if I'm saying that name correctly. Head on over to simulationfl.net. Get all the details. Join our Discord.
Kareem Big Mac, love to see you join in the chat. Hello and welcome. Glad to have you. Jacques Luyendula throws an out route here, and that is going to be caught foot in bounds for a 4-yard pickup. Nice catch on the sideline there by JS3.
Both teams, I'm imagining, are still trying to figure each other out as they both continue to come out with these soft boxes. And I'm surprised they aren't taking more advantage of it in the running game. Far, with the exception of the opening drive. So we'll see how this goes.
4-2 nickel look out of this Atlanta defense. Looks like a king spread in the shotgun here for the Seattle Tyrants. Minute to go here in the second. Luyendula pressured, has to get rid of it. Completes, and it'll be tackled right at the line to gain. Good tackle made there on the defensive side by Mitchell O'Brien, a Week 7 rookie signing. He joined the Discord, and he got on the field, and he made a good tackle there.
You want to beat man coverage, keep running. You want to beat zone coverage, find a soft spot and stop. That's what he did there on running a hitch route. 3rd and inches, Seattle.
Incredible insight. You got to believe it's Sandlin. They will go to Sandlin. He has the first down and more. Zach Sandlin, does he have the speed to combine with the power? He does. He gone inside the 5 and into the end zone. Zach Sandlin puts a cap on this game. And Eddie, we are watching 2 premier running backs go head-to-head, toe-to-toe, and strength to strength in this game.
As I said earlier, it may come down to who had the ball last, but neither of these defensive coordinators are doing each other any favors with these soft boxes. And they continue this up, and both of these running backs are going to be headed to the Pro Bowl based solely off their performance here tonight.
Both backs, I believe, have a receiving and a rushing touchdown already, and we're not even out of the first quarter. Seattle with an opportunity to add an extra point to make it 14-all as these two teams continue to jab at each other. And as you see on the right, some reactions, I believe, actually, those reactions are to BDG's last touchdown. And we are going to see the reaction slowly here for Sandlin's touchdown as that will happen momentarily. 14-all, Seattle and Atlanta tie it up.
Yeah, that reaction there is from BDG's Hollywood, and the chat is just going crazy right now.
Lots more SFL action coming up. Denver and Las Vegas in an important game tonight at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. At Las Vegas trying to get in the playoffs. Denver has their spot. They are trying to play for the #1 seed right now. And then on Tuesday, tomorrow night, Baltimore and Queen City, along with Sioux Falls and Chicago. Sioux Falls, South Dakota in the league as well. Lots of cities represented in this wonderful league. A city near you might be represented, whether you have an NFL team or not. You might have an SFL team. And for anyone just tuning in and wondering what you're watching, this is the world's first controllerless esport, and that might be a little confusing, but it's really quite simple. What it means is that real people do all of the game planning against each other, and then we let the computer play it out and decide. That way there's no advantages in terms of my thumb hits the button faster than yours. It's really an easy way to play the strategy side of a football game like this without having to do any of the thumb work. And that will take us to the end of the first quarter. It has been one that has had plenty of fireworks here in Seattle, Washington. We have 3 more of those action-packed quarters to go. The Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. We'll be right back. Tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 Sports is presented by APM Music, Production Music Library, and Custom Music House. Brought to you in part by Fuel Beyond Imagination. Visit the all-new sflinteractive.net today. By Matt Doyle Designs, the official branding partner of the SFL. And by MediaTek Institute. Turn your passion into your profession. Aerial shots tonight brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. I believe we're looking at Atlanta there, the away team trying to get something going here on this next drive. They had a beautiful BDG Hollywood run that was something out of a movie where they're winning at the end, and it takes an incredible run to win it, and now they find themselves tied again, and Marcus Dunhill's going for the home run shot. Boo Chisholm inside the 20, and he's down at the 10. Oh my, what a throw.
Marcus Dunhill had 2 receivers open. I thought he was going to go to the deep out. Instead, he went for the home run on a skinny post from Boo Chisholm, and had that piano on his back not been a little bit heavier into the end zone.
What a throw and catch An incredible way to try and get back in this game as these two heavyweights do battle. Dunhill going for the corner. Oh, picked off! Seattle makes the play, and they are going to get the ball back. An incredible interception on the opposite side of the field. He tried to test Cain Vasquez, and Vasquez says no.
There wasn't a receiver open on that route. He'd have been better off either throwing it away or taking it off and run with it. The corner did a great job of looking back for the football, keeping a receiver near him, feeling him out. Picked it off. First down, Seattle.
And that, really makes that last tackle on the Boo Chisholm run even more impeccable, as now Seattle will take the ball back here at their own 20. Luyendula floats, caught Tristan Carr up to the 34, the tight end on the corner route.
That's what you call right there, throwing a man open. He was covered, but he threw that ball high. Only with a big tight end can get it. That corner never stood a chance. First down, Seattle.
Big, more like monumental, 6'7", 249. The big tight end played for London and Vancouver, now in Seattle, trying to will his team into the championship conversation. You don't do it by almost throwing interceptions, almost into the hands of the defender. Would have been going the other way, but could not quite get his hands on it.
Poland. Get that if this game comes down to that play.
Roland, 7th year in the SFL, 5th year with Atlanta, making the playoffs this season at 7-4. The question is, will they play the 9 or the 10 seed? They are playing for a seeding spot, and so is Seattle tonight. Sandlin up the gut, will pick up 5. It'll be third down upcoming.
Yeah, Seattle has 14 points here already, but I would like to see them give the ball to Zach a little bit more here.
Two backs in the backfield, twins to the top of the screen. 4-3 look out of this Atlanta defense. Changing the play at the line is Luyendula. He wants to throw. He will throw the out route. Caught plenty of... Oh, no! They ruled him short! Oh, a robbery on the sidelines for Seattle. Might have been a makeup call for the one earlier where they let Sandlin dance around inbounds, but Junior Senior the third looked well past the line.
Yeah, they may want to challenge this play. He had 3 receivers open, but they aren't going to challenge this play. I'm kind of surprised because he looked clear to be beyond that first down marker to me.
And for the first time tonight, these two teams do not trade touchdowns. 2 consecutive drives. One ends in a punt. The one before that ended in a red zone interception for the Tyrants. And now Atlanta will bring the offense back out. Eddie Sativa returns it out to the 22. Dunhill will come back out after the pick.
If I'm Atlanta, I'm feeding BDG this football right now. I'm going to force Seattle to change that defensive front.
They have the league's leader in passing yards. Marcus Dunhill, who leads this team out, had a big completion there to Boo Chisholm, but could not cap the drive off with any points. Now they will start at their own 22. Give to BDG. Hollywood will try a spin move. He'll only get 2.
He ran right into that tackle. If he just take a step outside, that's at least a 6-7 yard gain.
Angel Salinas on the tackle, the 6'5", 250-pound rookie, made his way from his couch to the field tonight and had his name called just now on live TV. You can do so as well. Just head over to simulationfl.net and join our Discord server. Free to join the server and talk football with us, and then you can make your player from there and join the rookie draft. First down catch made by Siege Falco, one of the first times we've called his name tonight.
I believe that's his first catch, as you just stated there, yeah.
Falco, a good receiver for these Atlanta Swarm, came on a couple of seasons ago. This is his 3rd in Atlanta, and a good compliment to Boo Chisholm. Those two almost trade the wide receiver 1 spot at times. Tonight it has looked more like Chisholm is the wide receiver 1, but Falco not to be discouraged either. And that one in and out of the hands of Falco. I don't think he expected to get the ball there, Eddie. The coverage was great.
The coverage was great. Dunhill should have looked elsewhere.
Oh, no, didn't even get to him. Ajlani made the play on it.
Yeah.
Ajlani played for the Atlanta Swarm, went over to Vancouver, took a season off, and now is playing for Seattle. Very good safety. Has been a really good user for the Simulation Football League and is on his way to the playoffs. Handoff here to Hollywood. Up the gut. Will pick up 5. It'll make it 3rd and manageable.
3rd and 5. You got about a half of the playbook available to you. How Seattle is going to attack this. They haven't had many 3rd and manageable situations here.
Well, for those of you looking for some playoff action, mark your calendars. The 12th, 15th, 16th, and then the 30th is the championship game. Lots of playoff action coming, and Siege Falco will be involved in those playoffs, and he's involved in that first down catch to the 45 there, Eddie. They make it look easy.
They did. He knew he was going to take a hit, but he stayed strong, caught the ball, braced himself, first down Atlanta.
So playoffs starting very soon, and these two teams will be a part of it. Plenty of teams, though, tonight and tomorrow fighting for their playoff lives, including Queen City, Las Vegas later tonight, and many more. Handoff up the gut to Hollywood. Hollywood with a little bit of room will pick up 6 to the 39.
This is what I like to see out of Atlanta right now. Seattle to get out of those 3-3 looks and defend the run game.
Second and 4 from the 39. 3 backs in the backfield for Dunhill, who's under center. Falco, the lone receiver to the outside here. Handoff Hollywood. Hurdles a man and does have the first down to the 35. Was hit in midair, but was able to stretch that ball over the line.
Atlanta came out in a bunch look and with a 3-4 defense. I'm going to continue to feed BDG this football.
2 backs again. 3-3 look out of Seattle. The Tyrants looking for a pass play here. They will give it to Hollywood up the middle, who has some room. Hollywood, though, closed on and will only get 6. Shalani came up along with Iverson Gamble to make the play.
Only get 6? I'll take that 6 every time.
Well, there's no touchdown there, Eddie. He's not dancing on the sidelines. He is, however, dancing into the wild card conversation at 8th right now. They could get up to 7th if they were to win and Chicago were to lose. I'm not sure if they could get any higher than that just from what I see. Cameron Irvine, our wonderful commissioner, has tons of playoff implications and different scenarios, has been watching and monitoring it as we go throughout the night, and on the late broadcast they will have more details as more teams whittle down the amount of options that we have as we get ready for the hashtag SFL playoffs. You can use that hashtag on Twitter as Hollywood will get himself a first down carry to the 23. He's looked everything tonight, Eddie.
BDG is on the side, looking at the sidelines, telling his head coach, I'm not tired. Keep me in this game. Continue to feed me the ball, coach.
He better not be tired. There were only 4.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Still have a whole half to play. Hollywood, though, there, a little gassed, will only get back to the line of scrimmage.
Seattle balled him up that side, forced him back inside where his help was.
Lyric Jenkins with the tackle. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 23, just on the edge of the red zone. In field goal range, though, here with 4 minutes to go. Dunhill looking to throw, evade some pressure, throws an incomplete pass, was trying to fit it in the window to Boo Chisholm. Iverson Gamble in coverage again.
Boo Chisholm almost made a spectacular catch there. Unfortunately for him and his Atlanta squad, he was hit just as he caught the ball. 3rd and 10. Atlanta hasn't been in this situation too often. It happens here.
3rd and 10 from the 23. An important 3rd down play here. Could be the difference between 7 and 3 points. Dunhill fires, caught short of the line to gain. Incredible tackle made on Jamal Wooding. Tackle made for Seattle by Pete Mitchell, and it will pretty much be the difference in 4 points here, Eddie, barring a little aggressiveness from the Atlanta offense. And they are going to leave this offensive unit out, and the crowd here getting into it for Seattle. We'll have to see if they take the snap or whether they try and draw the Tyrants off sides here. Hollywood, the lone back in the backfield. We've already seen Seattle jump off sides once tonight. Play clock closing down. It's on 5 now. Dunhill working as hard as he can, and they will have to burn the timeout.
If I'm Atlanta head coach in that situation, I'm putting a fullback in the backfield, and I'm handing this ball off to BG Hollywood inside.
There is a look at the coach for the Atlanta Swarm. Going to have a conversation with Marcus Dunhill, ask him what he was seeing out there, and they're going to send out the kicking unit. It'll be Jay Miraculous, a Week 9 rookie signing, 6'3", 235. Has had a couple of weeks under his belt, and he's going to try and attempt this field goal, which will be about a 30-yarder. It'll be down on the right hash. Holder is Rod Harris. Snap down, hold is beautiful. Kick on the way, and from 30 yards out, it'll be good. 17-14, Atlanta, with that field goal, will take the lead over the Seattle Storm on the road. Well, it was back and forth, and we have quite a ways to go. 3:13 in the second when we return to the Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. Back here in Seattle, Washington, Andy Hamilton along with Eddie Gage. We have a shootout on our hands. Atlanta has taken a 3-point lead over the Seattle Tyrants, and Seattle will get the ball back here. If you want to keep up with the Simulation Football League, you can do so on Twitter at SimulationFL. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at that handle as well. You can use the hashtag #MakeAnImpact to get involved, and you can make an impact in your life by becoming a professional football player. You can join our Discord server. The link is in all of our social media bios, as well as at simulationfl.net/about, and you can join our Discord server, get on the field, and become a player. Luyendula floats a deep ball, caught, and Mason Kirby's out to the 39. He made an impact on that play, Eddie, and they're down inside Atlanta territory.
Jack Napier got burned there, but he did himself a favor and made that touchdown-saving tackle there.
Important job by Napier to make that tackle, like you were saying, because if not, would have been points for Seattle as they would have regained the lead. Now they will have to set up for this 1st and 10 with 2:41 left here in the second quarter of play. 4-3 look out of Atlanta. Shovel pass to Sandlin. Oh, Sandlin popped!
You are witnessing history. I can't recall the last time I've seen Sandlin tackled in the open field by a single defender.
Yeah, much less pop like that. Dylan Rowland came in and really clocked him. Two receivers outside here. Flip out to Sandlin. Hit was coming, and good job by Luyendula to get rid of it to a playmaker, but couldn't get out of there, and Sandlin will go down at the 35. 3rd and 6 awaits the Seattle Tyrants at home. We'll take a short break at the 2-minute warning and be right back on 11 Sports. It's the Simulation Football League. Andy Hamilton along with Eddie Gage. And Eddie, we were talking at the break a little bit there that this pace has slowed down here, and now a pivotal 3rd and 6. Five wide here for Luyendula. 3-2 look out of the Atlanta Swarm. Luyendula to throw, stands in the pocket, has to throw one down the middle, and it's picked off. Going the other way, Atlanta with an interception. They will take this ball back, and an errant throw from Luyendula under a pressured situation, and the play is made there. Nice job on the Atlanta side by Aaron Lee.
When he gets back to the sideline, the QB coach is going to show him the film. He's going to be upset with himself. He had a man standing at the first down marker, running a dig route, wide open. Missed him, getting too greedy.
1:51 to go in the second. Atlanta able to defend their 3-point lead here and try and get some points. If you remember, Atlanta will get the ball out of the halftime break, a chance to double up. Dunhill hit, dropped. Sack coming, and it is going to be Dylan Skinner.
It's unfortunate, too, because he had a man downfield with an opportunity to make a big play.
Skinner able to make the play for the Seattle Tyrants, and Atlanta now going to face 2nd and 15. Got to be careful here. Seattle still has all 3 timeouts. Twins to the top. Dunhill going to throw an out route, caught. Turning upfield, nice play there by Siege Falco. It'll be 3rd and 5. He did get out of bounds.
3rd and 5, the clock stops. You want to be smart here, deep on your own end.
An incompletion would give Seattle the ball back with all 3 timeouts. A first down would keep this Swarm drive alive. One in the backfield is Hollywood. Dunhill under center will take a 5-step drop, pumps once, fires a floater to this far side, nearly picked off. Seattle read it well. Ajlani with the defensive pat down.
Once again, Atlanta took a page out of Seattle's offense from their previous interception. Jamal Whitting was wide open on a deep end cut for a first down. Instead, they got greedy, and Atlanta's found themselves punting the ball here.
So it will set up this 4th and 5 where Atlanta will kick it back to Seattle. Tyrants just threw an interception, but they're going to get back on the field with a chance to score before the halftime break. Return out to the 38, and that is where Jacques Luyendula will have another chance at the ball, and he will come back out.
With 1:04 left, how are you attacking this remaining time on the clock here in the first half, Andy?
I think you got to throw a screen or two to Sandlin just to see what he can get. But, in my opinion, I like to be aggressive. With 1:04, as long as you can make the right read, at worst case, you can take a sack and just go to the half because I don't think Atlanta's going to take their timeouts. But I like to push it. Luyendula's going to do just that, and he throws an interception just as I was saying it. It is going to be Atlanta football from Blake Chance with the interception to the 42, and that's the one thing you couldn't do, Eddie.
The one thing you couldn't do, the one thing I was just about to allude to in this situation, this ball game throughout this entire half, and now find themselves potentially going to be down at the half. Stayed there by Seattle.
Well, and for these two good quarterbacks in Dunhill and Luyendula, they have looked, a little bit less than perfection tonight. A couple interceptions on each side, and Atlanta is going to have a chance to try and put points on the board themselves here with 57 seconds to go in the second. Handoff Hollywood with blockers. Hollywood is going to get 3 or 4, and it'll be 2nd and 7. Hurry up offense.
I'm trying to get out of this formation here.
Handoff Hollywood, top side of the screen. Hollywood pressured. He's going to go down, and they'll use a timeout smartly and try and get out of that formation.
Yeah.
Well, when you have that type of personnel on the field, sometimes you just can't make the switch, Eddie.
Yeah, you'd like to see them call a timeout there and get the right personnel on the field to stretch this defense out for a potential field goal.
Yeah, especially with the weapons they have in Kirby Sr. III, Castle, and Looking at the wrong sheet. It was Sativa, Falco, Chisholm, and Wooding. Lots of weapons on that side as well. Dunhill going to throw. Slant route wide open. Wooding in the middle of the field to the 28.
Atlanta's looking to score 6 rather than 3.
Run that play again because Wooding had found the opening. They will do that. Pumps once. They're going to go to Wooding again. First down to the 13. 20 seconds and ticking.
Atlanta should be calling a timeout right now.
No, they only got one left. They should. I would run one more play here, see if you can get in. Dunhill pressured and sacked, and now you can use the timeout, Eddie.
Oh, what a terrible way to end in the first half for Atlanta. But at least they have a chance to get 3 here.
They could probably try one more chuck to the back of the end zone quickly, but, not the most advised play in the world, especially with how tonight's been going.
And it'll just be dropping back into the end zone, keeping everything in front of them. Smart to get the field goal here.
Yeah, instead they will send out Jay Miraculous, 1 of 1 tonight. The rookie Week 9 signing will come on to try and increase this lead from 3 to 6. Hold is good, kick on the way, and it is good from 34, 20 to 14. Atlanta up over Seattle.
Unfortunately, they got a big break there. Came out in a package they just could not get out of. Chewed up a bunch of time off the clock and settled for 3. The lead here on the road. Can't ask for much more than that.
Well, you could ask for the ball to come out of the half, and Atlanta did that when they deferred the opening coin toss. So Swarm are in really good position to double up as long as they can make a play here on the return and bring down Seattle. Return coming here to the top side, tackled, and there will be one more play before the break.
Blake Chance is out on special teams. Nice.
Gotta love it when a star like Blake Chance is willing to play special teams for you, right, Eddie?
That's right.
Goes to show the heart and the determination of Chance and this Atlanta team as they try and take down one of the bigger dogs in the SFL of the Seattle Tyrants. Luyendula going to throw. Out route here will end the half as Mason Kirby goes out of bounds. It's a 20-14 Atlanta Swarm lead here in Seattle. Washington, the home team, has scored twice and has thrown a couple interceptions to give the Atlanta Swarm a 6-point lead at the break. Eddie, your thoughts on the first half?
Seattle has to be a bit disappointed as this game has started. They started the game on offense, went 3 and out. Atlanta looking to make a statement. Did just that, marched down the field, capitalized with a BDG touchdown, and they set the tone for this game. If I'm Seattle, you have a reigning MVP in Zach Sandlin, who has not touched the ball much here today. The old school, but I like to see him featured a bit more, and particularly with this soft box that both teams, in fact, are tending to display out here tonight.
For Hollywood, most of his yards have come through the aerial attack, only 48 on the ground, but Atlanta does lead at the break despite his lack of involvement or lack of success, in the rushing department. For Seattle, they have thrown a couple interceptions, and I think that's got to be the key for both of these teams, especially in the locker room, Eddie, is just the conversation about taking care of the football.
Yes, Marcus Dunhill, 2 interceptions coming into this game, and despite that, they have the lead here at halftime off of him, and feed that man beside you. He's already made a couple of Hall of Fame plays that you're going to see on SportsCenter and every doggone other top 10 play out here tonight. Continue to feed him and take some of that pressure off of this young quarterback here.
Well, I think it would be safe to say that whatever team ends up playing the cleanest second half of football probably will go on to win this game, Eddie.
Yes. Boo Chisholm with 89 yards. He's had a great half as well.
Yeah, it came on early in that first drive, and since then has cooled down a little bit. But I tell you what, talk about coming out of the locker room ready to run around and run through a brick wall, right?
Yes. BDG had 3, if not, I believe 4 receptions on that first possession for Atlanta. He came out there and set a tone for this offense. And as I stated earlier, BDG touchdown. Atlanta looking to come on a roll and shock this home crowd with the win here tonight.
Hollywood last week had 11 receptions for 113 yards and a touchdown, as well as 18 carries, 164 yards, and 2 touchdowns. 3 all-purpose, has been way more effective in the receiving game than he has in the running game, and he's going to have a chance here to start the second with the ball first. Andy Hamilton, along with Eddie Gage, will be the Atlanta Swarm who receive this opening kick out of the break. They are up by 6, and they're going to get the ball back. Kick on the way here. Atlanta will return from their own 10, out across the 25 and to the 29. Marcus Dunhill will come out. Eddie, for Atlanta, they started out their season with 3 wins, went 3-0. They lost the next 4 football games and have not lost since that Queen City 7-20 loss. Marcus Dunhill has led them against London, Carolina, Charleston, and Oklahoma City. Now trying to take down this Seattle team to increase their playoff positioning. They are currently in 8th, trying to get up to 7th. Handoff Hollywood. BDG Hollywood will pick up 5.
He is going to wear down this defense in the second half, not making an adjustment here to try to stop this running game.
Second and 5 from the 34. First opening drive here this second half for the road team, the Atlanta Swarm, who lead. Dunhill, shotgun snap, will throw across the middle, caught. First down, Boo Chisholm, big throw, big catch. Chisholm comes back to life.
Boo Chisholm apparently must have heard me and you talking about his lack of productivity after that first drive. Look him come out here, and that's the second time he's caught this pass on his skinny post.
Nice route right in front of Ajlani, and that reception right there puts Marcus Dunhill over 4,000 career yards this season, the first time in his career he has done so.
After a terrible year last year, he's bounced back effectively this season.
Marcus Dunhill, one of the better stories in the SFL. Handoff to BDG Hollywood. Hollywood will pick up 7. And Eddie, I actually met Marcus Dunhill at our annual SFL convention, and I tell you what, man, that guy is a GM wizard for this team, has been doing a lot of progression work for Atlanta, and really, is a big part of the fabric of the Atlanta Swarm and their success.
Yes, he is. I actually roomed with him during the convention. Great guy. And during his off time, he actually does a lot of work to help out the youth as well in his community.
That's what we love to see, man. Quarterbacks doing it both on the field and off. Handoff Hollywood, and that is short of a first down. It was close.
I thought he picked up that first down.
It was a very close play, and it's going to bring up 3rd and inches from the 38.
I feed him again, put a fullback in the backfield and hand him the ball.
Well, it is about 7:58 on the eastern seaboard, so it's just about dinner time. They'll flip it out to Hollywood, and he has a first down off the reception. Hollywood out to the 29. So dangerous in space.
Number 64 of Atlanta. He ate for breakfast this morning, but it must have been a light meal. Tom Everest, the tackle there, got out in space and made a great block about 15 yards downfield for his tailback, BDG Hollywood.
You love to see it. Love to see offensive linemen doing their part to help spring a back, especially one as dynamic as BDG Hollywood. Score 20-14 if you're just tuning in or just tuning back in. Atlanta has had 2 field goals since these teams have last traded touchdowns, and Siege Falco will pick up 5 there on the outside.
Yeah, Seattle started out hot on offense and has not scored since, I believe, that 3rd possession of this game.
More important games in terms of the SFL playoffs. Las Vegas on the outside trying to get in. Queen City outside trying to get in. Sioux Falls outside trying to get in. Marcus Dunhill trying to get into the end zone, but he threw an interception. Mahmoud Ajlani is there.
It's unfortunate, but that's the second time in this game I've seen him trying to go deep when he had a man underneath wide open on a hitch route. Marcus, help your team out, buddy. Get the first down on a hitch route. Move the chains. Our defense. Instead, he's on the sideline drinking Gatorade, wondering what just happened.
Sometimes you can coach a QB all you want, but when the lights come on and the competitiveness hits, sometimes they take some shots that they wish on Monday morning they could have had back. Handoff there and a punishing blow coming from the Atlanta Swarm secondary. Blake Chance came in there with some speed.
I tell you what, Blake Chance, it looked like he clotheslined Zach Selling there.
Chance played for Carolina first, then your Houston Hyenas there, Eddie, and now playing with this Atlanta Swarm team. 2nd and 6. 7:31 to go in the third. Luyendula outside route caught, sliding the feet and staying in bounds. There is Mason Kirby.
That's what I like to see. Take what the defense gives you. Get the first down and move the chains.
He's working on the outside on Jack Napier, able to find the first down conversion to spring a new set.
To get back in this game, can do so here with a touchdown this drive.
4-3 look out of Atlanta. They will give to Sandlin. Sandlin threw one tackle, but not through the second one. Nice wrap up there by Blake Chance, who has been a tackling machine.
Swole has not been heard from tonight. He's even cracked the stat sheet. He's getting paid a lot of money. He needs to start producing for this Atlanta defense.
Would be interesting to see him get involved along with some of the other players on this defense we haven't called. Flip out here, first down. Fumble, though, and it's scooped up by Atlanta. The Swarm are coming back. They have the ball. It's a first down. The scoop was made there on an incredible Aaron Lee pickup and return. It was a nice open field catch, but the hit jarred the ball loose.
Blake Chance has been making an impression on his team throughout this contest. There, he strips the ball with putting his shoulder right on the ball, forcing that fumble. Blake Chance is having one of his better games this season.
Excuse me, it was Napier, on the recovery. And as you see in the chat there, talking about the fumble and Atlanta picking it up. Shotgun snap here for Dunhill. Going to float one over the top. Bobbled around, nearly picked off again, Eddie, and E.K. Vincent was there to get a hand to it.
It's wide open.
6:36 to go here in the third. 2nd and 10, and it is Eric Vincent's birthday today, believe it or not. Eddie, he was almost made the interception there, and you got to love a player who's playing on his birthday. I'm sure after the game they'll give him some cake, but I'm sure before they just gave him an orange slice. Swing out here to Hollywood. We'll pick up a few.
That's probably why he missed that interception. Still on his fingers.
He had an orange slice? Is that what you're saying? Hey, my mom gave me orange slices at halftime of every Pee Wee sport I ever played. And I tell you what, that's the reason I made it through half the second halves I did, Eddie.
That energy.
If you're ripping on the orange slice, we're going to have some words after this broadcast. 6:20 to go in the third. Dunhill flips it out to Hollywood, and Vincent cannot wrap him up there, but finally a swarm of tyrants bring down BDG Hollywood, and it'll be 4th and 4, just outside of field goal range, unless you're trying the 50-yarder, Eddie?
Oh, this is tough. They're going to punt this ball, but, man, that's a tough decision. That's why I'm up here in the booth.
I tell you what, with the lead, I think you punt it. If you were down by 6, maybe you try it. Punt is going to bounce within the 9 and out of bounds at the 4. A beautifully kicked ball from Otis Jenkins will take us to a short break. 6-point lead for the Atlanta Swarm. Seattle trying to get back into this one. It's the SFL on 11. We'll be right back. Andy Hamilton along with Eddie Gage back here in Seattle, Washington. The Tyrants taking back over after stopping Atlanta just outside of the edge of field goal range on a fumble. Handoff Sandlin. Sandlin stretches it to the right. He gets a yard. Well, Eddie, through the first quarter, it was a shootout. These offenses going to work. Now here in the second and third quarters, it's been more of a defensive battle.
Yeah, I was sitting there clamoring for more of the running game, and since then, though they've been productive with it, they haven't crossed the end zone. So perhaps me to have them passing the ball more.
Another handoff to Sandlin. It'll be 3rd and 6 from their own 8-yard line. Eddie, you got to be careful on this 3rd down not to take a sack.
You do, but you also want to avoid having a punt here because it's going to give Atlanta great field position if you're forced to do so.
You can follow the SFL on Instagram at SimulationFL. Like all of our designs and pictures, and give Nation's Best a follow while you're there. Luyendula floats, swings one deep downfield. Mason Kirby got the catch over Aaron Lee. A first down to the 38.
I didn't quite see the defense, but I believe they're in a cover 2, and they still did a great job of collapsing down on it. I thought they would come with the deflection there. They could not. First down Seattle, and they managed to get out of their own end. That was an important first down for this team.
Yeah, really going to change the complexion of this game if they can get some points. Find themselves down by 6. It was 14-all at one point, and now Atlanta has pushed their way back into the lead. Sandlin the lone back. They will feed him. Zach Sandlin will pick up 2.
Seattle caught a break there, getting out of their own end. That was a big play.
2nd and 8 from the Seattle 40-yard line. And if you're looking for more SFL action, the postseason is coming soon. Mark your calendars for Saturday, October 12th, Tuesday, October 15th, Wednesday, October 16th as the quarterfinals take place. Then semifinals on the 22nd, and the SFL Championship 7:30 Eastern on Wednesday, October 30th. Eddie, it's going to be incredible, these playoffs.
Yeah. I got Houston in a championship game versus pick any team.
Well, you got to make the playoffs first there, Eddie. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. We have games tonight and tomorrow to decide whether Houston will be in the playoffs or not. Outside throw here to Seattle, and they have the first down. Nice catch there made by junior senior the 3rd. I tell you what, Seattle is definitely going to be in the playoffs at 9-2.
They are, but they're looking to improve their playoff positioning and trying to secure a number 1 seed.
They will have the opportunity to do so, but it only will work if Denver loses tonight against Las Vegas. If Denver beats Las Vegas and goes 11-1, they hold that top seed. If they lose, though, could get very interesting. Luyendula throws. That is caught. 9-yard pickup there on the outside. Nice catch made by Nick Castle.
Seattle had 4 different receivers who were wide open on that play. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Interesting tidbit about Nick. His middle name is actually Sand, Eddie. It's not. I made that up. But hey, it would be funny. Sandlin outside. First down. Carry to the 39. Nice run by Zach Sandlin to move the chains.
He paid for that first down, but he's moving the chains.
And that's all you got to do if you're Seattle is keep this drive alive and get some points. I mean, even 3 would be good at this point to break the drought you're in right now.
Yeah.
Looking to throw, shovel pass. Sandlin and Atlanta has seen that once already tonight. They weren't going to go there.
The second time they've ran that play, second time it's produced undesirable results. That's a dangerous play. And I don't know if I would have that one in my playbook, but
Rylido Tcom says that he is groaning at my joke. I don't know if I've seen that name. If I haven't, hello, welcome to the league, and I apologize for my bad jokes. Nice catch across the middle there. We'll make it 3rd and 5, and if you're trying to get into the league, you can join our Discord server where you can chat with us about not only the SFL, but a wide variety of other topics and interests that all of us have. And you can create your player, get your check-ins in, and have your chance to have your name called on Saturday, December 14th for our rookie draft, where you can become a star. And a big third down play is nearly an interception. This drive stalls out. Eddie, now another 51-yard attempt if you want to try it.
I'm still punting. 51 yards out. I'm going to punt this ball and play defense.
They will send out Geronimo Coffins to try the coffin corner punt. And I tell you what, Eddie, Coffin's actually little known as one of the most sick players in the Simulation Football League. Often gets a little cold, has a little cough going. That's why they call him Coffins. But he does a good job of getting this punt down within the 6, and that will take us to a break. Seattle's drive stalls out. This Atlanta defense gets a stop, and the Swarm will be back on offense when the Simulation Football League returns here on 11 Sports. Back here in Seattle, Washington, this Tyrants drive has stalled out, and now Atlanta will have their opportunity at the ball. Eddie, they've been throwing a lot of screens out of this formation.
Yes, they have.
Let's see what they do here. A screen, and Seattle reads it beautifully. Iverson Gamble knew just what we were saying. I don't know if he has a radio in his pocket or what, Eddie, but he heard and he made the play.
Yeah, there was no receiver on that side of the field, so he only had one read. As soon as he sees BDG flashing out to the flats there, that's an easy catch and read for him.
Atlanta going the wrong way with a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Dunhill under center will hand off to Hollywood. Hollywood stood up and driven right back. They will mark him at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 14.
He got no favors there from his guard, Marcus Payne. He actually held him up and stopped him from getting his momentum going. 3rd and forever, deep in your own end.
Well, the Tyrants have the horses in the back. They got Maverick and Rukin, who are going to get after the passer here if Atlanta dares try and throw the ball here on 3rd and a country mile. They will on the last play of the 3rd quarter. Dunhill floats, and that one's picked off. Seattle makes him pay, and they're going to take it back. Oh, but he spun inside. Oh, Eddie. A dangerous play by the defensive back. You would have wished that Gamble would have spun outside for a pick 6.
He runs outside. That's a touchdown. But first of all, what is Marcus Dunhill thinking? That ball was in the air forever. A duck, if you will. Seattle with a golden opportunity to take control of this game.
Atlanta gives the ball right back to the Tyrants in great field position. We'll be right back for the 4th quarter. It's the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. Simulation Football League live on 11 Sports. Seattle switches ends of the field, and they are knocking on the door. Andy Hamilton along with Eddie Gage joining me in the booth. Tyrants will give to Zach Sandlin off the right side. Sandlin walloped there. Nice hit being made by Aaron Lee. Little frustration at being on the field so long, Eddie.
Yeah, they just did the offensive favor by getting off the field. And now, 2 plays later, they're right back on the field, deep in enemy territory here.
That's a new name in the chat. Kenny Smith's knees. Hello to you, and hello to the rest of Kenny Smith, wherever he is. We're glad to have you in the Simulation Football League, and thank you for joining us on tonight's broadcast. You can head over to twitch.tv/11sportsnext to get in the conversation. Getting into the end zone here is Ripper Concordia. The Seattle Tyrants pull a fullback pass out of the back of the playbook, and they have 6 points for it.
The slot corner was actually assigned to him. He got bottled up inside by his own defender. A touchdown, Seattle. And they are an extra point, believe it or not, from taking control and regaining the lead.
Marcus Dunhill's interception comes back to bite this Atlanta Swarm team as their 6-point lead is erased with a Ripper Concordia catch and touchdown. Extra point on the way is good. 21-20. Seattle on top of this Atlanta Swarm team.
Atlanta with a couple of unforced errors, still within a single point. This game is not over. They got to get things under control, take a deep breath. Marcus needs to get himself together and come down and lead this offense downfield.
Still plenty of time here in this one. Return is going to come out, and it will get out to the 26-yard line. 10-17 to go in the fourth. And if you're wondering why Atlanta want this game as a win, they are currently in the 8th seed. Could jump up to potentially the 7th spot if Chicago were to lose later this week. They have not played their Week 13 game. Atlanta, if they lose, will definitely have the 8th spot locked up. But it's a big difference between that 9th and 10th seed, Eddie, and I'm sure they would rather play the weaker team, the 9th seed.
Absolutely. These games, as did last year, seem to come down to the last game played in the season. Meetings.
Week 13 always an incredible and exciting time here in the SFL. And Marcus Dunhill, despite some of the mistakes, they're going to spread them out 4 wide here on 2nd and 12. Pumps once, stands in the pocket, delivers. That is incomplete through the hands of Siege Falco.
One was open on that play, and he's lucky that ball was intercepted.
Being in the chat there, R.I. Mike Importal says, awesome game, great broadcast. I had to eat some orange slices for this exciting finish. There you go, Eddie. Welcome to you, Mike. And we cheers you an orange slice. And I tell you what, your mom's bringing snacks next time, Eddie, because nothing beats the orange slice.
I guess not. Oh, wow, great catch.
Dunhill floats, and a beautiful catch by Jamal Wooding out to the 40.
Jamal Wooding hasn't been heard from today, I don't believe, before that catch. He had him open earlier, as I stated, on 3rd down, missed him. This time he finds him for a great first down to keep these chains going.
That is a nice throw and catch, and you got to like the coaching staff in Atlanta for continuing to give Marcus Dunhill the chances.
They need him here. Last game of the season.
Well, not for them, Eddie. They got the playoffs, remember?
Yeah.
So regular season, yeah, the last game, but still plenty of time. Yeah. Flipping it out to Hollywood. Hollywood has some room. Hollywood a spin move, and I don't think you'll ever be able to recreate what we saw in the first quarter.
No, you probably won't see another play like that for a long time. I don't, as you stated, that was probably the play of the year right there.
Eddie, interesting to see there. Dunhill has 2 touchdown passes tonight. Any time in this season that he has thrown 3 or more, they are 3-1 this season when he throws 3 or more touchdowns. When he throws 2, they are 4-3, so 2 or less. So a couple opportunities here earlier in the game for him to get that 3rd touchdown. He just couldn't.
Talk to any head coach around this league, and the most important stat besides wins and losses.
3rd and 4. Important 3rd down here as Atlanta trails by a point outside of field goal range. Dunhill to throw. Stands in the pocket, has to move a little bit. Fires to a wide open Jamal Wooding with a 1st down and more out to the 30. Nice route by the tight end.
Yeah, and he almost ran over the referee over there on the sidelines. Luckily for him, did you see him duck out of the way there? He was pretty much running for his life, trying to get out the way out there. But credit to that offensive line for giving him the time to find Jamal Wooding over there on the sideline.
First and 10, 8 minutes remaining in the game. Time rolling off the clock. A single back formation with Hollywood. Two receivers to the top for Dunhill. Three-step drop, quick out route to Chisholm, and Dunhill led him a little too far to the sideline. If the ball would have been on him, would have been able to get the first down.
I would have liked to see him give that ball to Sage Falco so Chisholm can cut upfield and get a block for him downfield. More.
Yeah, that also would have been a good move. Either way, they still pick up 6, and anytime you can pick up 6 points, it's not a bad move. 2nd and 4 from the Seattle 25. Dunhill deep drop, pressured and dropped. Marcus Dunhill paid the price. The line could not protect him forever, and Jukin Rukin got there for his first sack of the night.
Yeah, I would call that one a coverage sack. They have done a great job all game containing this talented defensive line. Now, 3rd and 12 coming up.
And Denzel Maverick, actually the better in terms of sack totals for this defensive line, but Rukin gets in there and makes the play. Dunhill floater, and that somehow is caught by Wooding. Looked like a rebound there as Wooding just went up to get it.
That's a tight end versus a corner. Ball, he pretty much pinned him on the corner in the paint. Ball, unfortunately couldn't get the first down. About a 38-yard field goal upcoming.
Jay Miraculous on to try and hit the field goal to put Atlanta back in front. Kick on the way, and it is going to be good from 37 yards. Atlanta retakes the lead via Jay Miraculous.
A lot of football left to be played.
A lot of football left and a 2-point difference. We'll be right back after a short break. The Simulation Football League, presented by APM Music. Tonight's Simulation Football League broadcast on 11 is brought to you in part by Nation's Best. helping NFL, college, high school, and youth players to secure the bag. By ScoreStream, official live scoring app of the SFL. By Sector 6, custom esports jerseys and apparel and the exclusive SFL shop provider. And by Spygoat, dedicated to the craft of audio. Aerial shots of Seattle brought to you by AirViews, united by drone. Visit airviews.com to see more drone footage. Talking about Sector 6, Eddie, they have SFL jerseys. If you are new to the league or have been in the league a while, what better gift for the upcoming holiday season than a Simulation Football League jersey, or potentially, Eddie, the jersey from your favorite team? I have one, and they are comfortable as heck. Feels like you're sitting in a comfy bed full of feathers.
I'm gonna bless my wife. Jersey.
There you go. Jerseys for everyone. 3 receivers wide here, and everyone on the line here for the Seattle Tyrants. Luyendula will flip it out to Sandlin out of the backfield. Sandlin wrapped up and dropped. Seattle finds themselves now down by 2 again, Eddie. They just had picked up the lead.
Yeah, this has been a back and forth matchup the entire game. Both teams started out scoring touchdowns, and Atlanta has had to set up a field goal has since tightened up themselves.
We'll give a little bit of a hunger warning here. If you are hungry, you might want to not listen to this next piece of commentary. Eddie, this game has kind of been like a piece of cake. You start out with icing. There was a lot of scoring in the first quarter through the middle bits of the game. A fumble. Hold on, we'll get to that in a minute. As it's picked up by the Atlanta Swarm, they are going to have a turnover, a very important turnover, and the pickup from a Qantas Shine will give the Swarm the ball in great field position.
Going to give the Swarm the ball, but I think this is going to get overturned. I don't think he got 2 feet down prior to that fumble.
Definitely might be one for the booth. The recovery was clean, and Shine had a little bit of a return there, but we'll have to see. And there is the challenge flag from the Seattle Tyrants.
Yep.
The home team are challenging with a return.
Well, what I was saying, Eddie, was that this game is a little bit like a piece of cake. There was icing. The first quarter was exciting. The second quarter and third quarter were a little dull. Now it's getting exciting again here at the end. And just in time for this potential fumble, I don't know if he held possession long enough.
I don't think he did. He got the left foot down. Right foot never came down. This is going to be a reversal.
After review, the play
Got to be indisputable, and it will not be. Atlanta is going to keep the ball, and Seattle will lose a timeout.
Wow. I'm shocked.
Looking through the chat, they are ruling with no possession and an incomplete pass. Some of the Atlanta members of the chat are saying, "Oh no, definitely a catch." And I don't know if they're fully on board with that or just trying to hope that Ref 62 is paying attention to twitch.tv/11 Sports Next. Either way, it's Atlanta ball, and E.K. Vincent, a tackle right at the line, will make it 2nd and 10.
R62 is still stewing from that interview he did with Ashley Jackson a few weeks ago.
And for those of you that are new to the league, Ref 62, the infamous referee that refs all of the Simulation Football League games, has some questionable calls sometime, but he's like that weird uncle at the party that you love, but you just don't know about some of his answers sometimes.
Yeah, he's arrogant, brash, and things to go along with it.
But he works overtime for free, so we do appreciate it. 3rd and 8, shotgun here for Dunhill. Very important 3rd down on the edge of field goal range. Marcus going to throw, and that is picked off. Oh, this has a chance. He is gone out of here, barring insanity. It is going to be a pick 6 for Seattle. An incredible interception by Kane Vasquez, his 2nd, if not 3rd of the night, and he has a touchdown to flip this game on its head.
And I could not catch the jersey number because of the dark numbers here, but he got a great block on Marcus Dunhill to seal him. Not that he needed it, as you can see in the replay here coming up. Watch Marcus Dunhill. Bow! He gets hit from whoever that is to seal his pick 6 here, and Seattle looking to take control of this game.
after that block. Only one who could bring him down was Sonic the Hedgehog, and he is not on the field. But I tell you what, you have the opportunity to be on the field, and all of the people in the chat there, a big portion of them are on the field tonight. Nick Castle there, along with plenty of others reacting to that pick six for a touchdown that has now given the Seattle Tyrants a lead. If you want to get into this league and make plays like that, all you have to do is head over to simulationfl.net, join our Discord server. You can become a player. 28-23, Seattle on top here at home. Atlanta going to get the kick return with 4.5 to go when we get back from a short break. Andy Hamilton along with Eddie Gage. We got a shootout on our hands, Eddie. It's a Western showdown. Well, not really Western. Atlanta and Seattle here on the West Coast. Seattle, Washington, the scene of tonight's game as the Tyrants take a 5-point lead over the Atlanta Swarm, who are in town visiting. And, ooh, that is no way to treat your guests from out of town. Big hit there.
Second clothesline I've seen tonight.
You ever clotheslined a guest, Eddie?
I have not. I've been known as a friendly.
Yeah,
Friendly
Eddie Gage, the strong safety of the Houston Hyenas, the Hall of Famer with tons of interceptions. Friendly, right. I'm
That's
with
right.
you. Sure. Yeah, all right, back to reality here. 4 receivers wide with Dunhill in the shotgun. Hit as he threw. Oh, and it's picked off again. Unbelievable. This Seattle secondary is having a day, and Mahmoud Ajlani gets the ball back for the Tyrants.
Atlanta has ran these all slants play a good portion of this second half and refuses to get away from it. And they have continued to pay the price. That are either bobbled and dropped for interception or picked off clean. Here with 3 costly interceptions here in this second half.
4 receivers split out wide. Sandlin in the shotgun after the interception gives the Tyrants the ball back. Sandlin up the gut, and they will burn some of this clock, a 6-yard run.
The right defensive tackle just made a natural running lane. He was looking for the quarterback, and meanwhile, right by him.
So a pick 6 on the second to last drive for Atlanta. They get the kickoff returned, and then they throw another interception. Seattle 2 in under 2 minutes gives them the ball back here with a 5-point lead, the chance to extend it and the chance to run some time off this clock. Sandlin, good tackle for loss there made by Rowland.
You talk about sealing the edge. The left defensive end sealed the edge, not allow him to get to the outside, and closing speed there by Rowland getting to that ball carry. That was impressive.
I have another Simulation Football League broadcast tonight. If you are interested in more football action, if you just happen to find us on 11 Sports, the world's first controllerless esport, gives you the opportunity to be a professional football player, just like Seattle has the opportunity here on 3rd and 4. Sandlin up the middle. Terrible
no.
spot.
Terrible spot.
Well short of the line, and somehow the refs are going to give Sandlin the first down. If I'm Atlanta, I'm challenging that.
Atlanta needs to call it the timeout right here and challenge this play. There you go. Good job there, coach. He was about a half-yard shy of that first down, which is what Atlanta needs to keep this a one-possession game here with a touchdown and 2-point conversion. Here is time of second down.
Man, and I tell you what, we got a lot of homers in the chat, Eddie, because immediately we're getting good call, great call, bad call, terrible call. It's so funny how people will root for their teams no matter whether Ref 62 had it right or wrong. Let's see what this call is.
After review, the call on the field is overturned.
There you go.
Overturned. Mark Chisholm will win that challenge, and more importantly here, Eddie, he keeps his 3 timeouts.
Absolutely. That first down is a bit closer than I thought it was. Looking at the replay, but he was definitely short.
Now, Seattle can really make Atlanta pay for this if they decided to go for it here on 4th and inches. They don't, which is interesting. I mean, you had Sandlin, but really would hurt the heart of Atlanta. You get the overturn, and then they just run it for a first down, but instead they will try the field goal kick on the way from Chip Longfellow, and he has got it from 43 yards to extend this lead to 8, 31-23.
8-point lead, but the defense has to be pleased, given the starting field position that Seattle had there. They're still within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion of sending this game to overtime. But time is ticking. They got just under 3 minutes here to make something happen. They need to do it now.
9:30 Eastern Standard Time, Denver and Las Vegas set to do battle right here on 11 Sports. Don't move, don't change your channel. Maybe go grab some popcorn, maybe an orange slice, Eddie. It's going to be quite the game. The Vice Wars rivalry is back on at 9:30. Tomorrow night, 7 and 9:30. 2 more wonderful SFL games give you the opportunity to watch all of this playoff drama unfold.
You keep mentioning these orange slices. They're going to start serving them to the fans in the playoffs here next week.
Well, really, I tell you what it is that I have a deal with an orange company to try and boost the sales.
I know
no,
it.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Denver, on the other hand, is trying to boost themselves into the number 1 seed coming up in the next game, the Vice Wars rivalry. Denver, an opportunity to have a 1-loss season if they can beat Las Vegas. But we're not done here just yet. Atlanta and Marcus Dunhill are going to try and put together a touchdown drive. Still 1 possession. They would have to go for 2, but still technically a 1-score game. Dunhill to throw, and he is dropped in the backfield. Seattle brought the pressure, and they got to him. Denzel Maverick.
I need to call a timeout here. They're in a bad set in this situation on 3rd and long.
Dunhill to throw. Deep drop. Pressure. It hit as he threw. Just got it away, and it's almost another sack.
They needed a timeout there. They should punt this ball away and pray the defense can get a stop and get this ball back. 4th and 16.
Yeah, I actually agree with you, Eddie. I don't know if I usually would agree to punt it with 2:20 left, but and they won't do it. This is going to be the ball game here. 4 wide here, 4th and 16. You're trusting the arm of Marcus Dunhill. He has struggled tonight, thrown some interceptions. Shotgun snap, pumps once, throws complete, but tackled short of the 6. Seattle will take over at the 33.
Once again, it came out in that all slants play, and there's the defense just sitting back there on the sticks, keeping everyone in front of them. Let them catch it, tackle them in front of you. First down, Seattle. Atlanta has all 3 full timeouts.
Yeah, they do have 3 timeouts, but a field goal here would pretty much seal this. They are, right on the edge of the range here. If they don't give up a yard, it would be about a 50-yarder. So, an opportunity here. Sandlin doesn't get a yard there. Tackled right at the 33. Good hit by Rowland.
They're going to let this tick down to the 2-minute warning, which is smart.
2nd and 10 at the 2-minute warning. 8-point game. Very important drive here for Seattle. Don't move an inch. Grab a snack. It's the Simulation Football League on 11 Sports. Seattle, Washington, the Tyrants just need probably, Eddie, 5 yards here to get into field goal range and potentially put this game out of reach for Atlanta here late. There's always a chance in the Simulation Football League, but boy, it would make it difficult. 4 wide here, 4 on the line for Atlanta. Handoff Sandlin. Sandlin gets 3. From here, it would be about a 47-yarder, and the Swarm used their first timeout.
Joshua Williams of Atlanta has not been heard from throughout this entire ball game. I don't think we caught his name once. If he can get a tackle in the backfield or a sack, puts them out of field goal range. That would be big for Atlanta.
Big 3rd and 7 here from the Atlanta 30. 2 backs in the backfield. They give to Sandlin. Sandlin with room. First down run up to the 21. Put it on ice. Seattle in front and in control.
Seattle, for the first time today, I believe, I could be wrong, called a trap play. Got the guard out in front. His fullback was right behind him. First down. There was no one out there to block him. To make the tackle. First down, Seattle. And barring any kind of here, that might be the ball game.
Yeah, Atlanta would need a stop here, timeout. They would need some type of, more stops or something, incompletions, something. I mean, the clock is their enemy right now, not the scoreboard. Sandlin right up the gut will get a yard. Another timeout here.
It's their last.
Last timeout with 1:49 here. All is not lost for Atlanta. They still are going to have a playoff game next week in Atlanta. They will take on most likely the 9th seed here, whoever that ends up being. Currently, it is Tulsa, but Sioux Falls, Queen City, and Vegas yet to play. Houston on the outside watching to see what happens. They need all 3 of those teams to lose, but if all 3 of them lose, they are in that conversation as Seattle takes a knee.
Seattle takes a knee, and if they continue this, forced to either punt it or kick a field goal, giving Atlanta this clock for a miracle.
They're gonna kick the field goal, Eddie. I highly doubt they're gonna punt it from the 20.
Well, I don't know. I've seen some coaches do it.
Man, if you're punting from the 20, you're folding. I mean, take a knee at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
one bad punt, one bad snap.
Well, yeah, but you got to snap it long if it's a punt or a field goal. Either way, you got to get a pretty good snap going. So I would rather attempt to get some points than just try and pin Atlanta deep. But I tell you what, who am I? We're gonna see here on 4th and 12 what they decide to do. And I tell you what, I bet you a whole bag of orange slices they're gonna try the field goal.
Atlanta needs a block here to keep.
They do. 36-35 seconds. It'll be down to about 30 when they're going to kick it. Chip Longfellow with the kick, unblocked on the way, and it is good from 39 yards. Seattle increases the lead, 34-23.
That right there was a good, thanks for coming, good night, and drive home safely moment right there. Second half by Marcus Dunhill has sealed their fate.
Seattle, another win at home will most likely improve them to 10-2. They will be watching. I mean, I tell you what, Eddie, they'll be staying up for that 9:30 game as Denver will take on Las Vegas. If Denver loses, they will go to 10-2, and Seattle has a shot at that number 1 seed. Baltimore also plays later this week, trying to get to the number 1 seed themselves. But for Seattle, a good victory here tonight in a game that, wasn't theirs the whole time, Eddie. Atlanta led for plenty of it.
They did. But as I said a moment ago, by Atlanta was their downfall here tonight.
Turnovers definitely played quite the factor, and it's going to be something that I'm sure Atlanta will look at in this next week as they prepare for their playoff matchup, whoever it may be. That's still undetermined as we have games left, and almost another interception from Dunhill. At this point, you might just want to hand it off to BDG and head home.
Once again, they called all slants. They just refused to get out of that play selection there for whatever reason. Downfield, hope to get out of bounds, kick a field goal, and an onside kick.
7-5, though, nothing to scoff at. We don't congratulate teams enough. Congratulations to both teams, Atlanta and Seattle, for making the playoffs. Out of the 21 teams in the league, only 10 to make the playoffs, so less than half. And for both Atlanta and Seattle, they made it this year.
Teams advancing to the playoffs. Atlanta should be really proud of themselves. It's a bounce-back season.
Well, and all it takes is getting in the dance, Eddie. After that, everything is up to chance. So, who knows? Atlanta could come out of this loss, go on a run, and, we could be saying their name on October 30th.
Come playoff time, both teams are 0-0.
Exactly. And every game starts out 0-0. All you got to do is, get something rolling once the playoffs start on Saturday, October 12th in the wild card round. That's exactly what Atlanta will do. They will have a home game, and it'll be interesting to see. Flipped up, and that one nearly taken away again, and there will be one last play here today.
Ball hit to the hands of 3 defenders. Wow.
So the matchup at 9:30, Denver will take on Las Vegas. Denver, a playoff team in the top 6. Las Vegas, however, not in the playoffs just yet. A win for them would go an incredibly long way. A loss would be devastating for them. I don't know if it would knock them out specifically as Dunhill goes down, but it would certainly make it a lot more difficult. 23-34, your final here. Seattle at home gets the win here in front of the home crowd. Atlanta comes on the road, puts on quite a show, but just can't quite get it done. Eddie, your thoughts?
Turnovers, lack of a commitment to the running game for Atlanta in the second half did them in. I've been asking for it throughout this contest. BDG is averaging over 5 yards a carry. Simply was not fed enough. They put too much pressure on this young quarterback, Marcus Dunhill, and it turned out to be their demise here tonight.
2 interceptions in the red zone for Marcus Dunhill really, to me, is the tail of the tape. I mean, if those 2 are touchdowns or even 10 points, this is a lot closer of a game in those final seconds than it is on paper now. So both teams will head into the playoffs, and it will be a very interesting playoff matchup here as we watch through some of the highlights. Potentially that could have been another pick 6, which would have made the score a lot different as well. So Seattle, a good performance. Atlanta, also a solid performance. Both teams turn it around. Now we'll head to the playoffs and are going to be watching over the next 2 days to see who they might face.
A lot of SFL fans are going to be up late at night looking to see how all this unfolds. Playoff brackets have not quite yet been solidified, and I'm going to be watching to see what goes down here.
3 games left in the regular season of the Simulation Football League in our 13th season. If you want to join, you can head over to simulationfl.net. Join our Discord server, which is just a chat room. You can talk about football, sports. You can also create your player for our rookie draft, which will take place on December 14th. That's Saturday, live from the 11 Sports Studios. It's an incredible honor to be drafted as a rookie to one of our 21 franchises, and I want you sitting at home to have that opportunity. All you have to do, head over to simulationfl.net, join our Discord server. You can also do so on any of our social media channels at SimulationFL on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Link is in the bio of all of those. Eddie, your player of the game from tonight's game between Seattle and Atlanta.
Wow. I'm really stumped over who to choose for that because I just don't know. It was a total team effort by both sides of the ball for Seattle, both offense and defense.
Oh, not even going to take a guess. It's Zach Sandlin who is going to be the player of the game. 23 catches, 2 all-purpose touchdowns, and over 150 all-purpose yards. The Sandman gives Seattle the win, and they will improve. Atlanta falls to 7-5. We will see you at 9:30 Eastern for Denver and Las Vegas. From everyone in the truck, this was a Cameron Irvine production, the Simulation Football League presented by APM Music. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for coming. Good night. Drive home safely.